whoever gifted me this, please drop it down inside the comment section. Unfortunately, right here, it's not popping up like it normally does, so I'm a little bit sad about that. So jumping over to take a look at the Prototype 6, it plays up to tier 10, 50% silver bonus, 10% XP. And right here, I was looking, I was all like a little bit confused about this because as I was reading, 1350 hit points, 20 power to weight, really good power to weight, 600 horsepower, 50 forward, 18 backwards, hull traverse, turret traverse, 35 degrees across the board here, which is, it's going to be really responsive. 8 degrees of gun depression, 20 degrees of elevation, 224 standard AP, 268 APCR, 105 high explosive pin, which is absolutely disgusting. Italians and their high explosive pin is absolutely amazing. 320 base damage with a 10-second reload. Not a super big fan about that. Accuracy 0.35, aim time 2.2 seconds. This thing looks like it's going to be a little bit of a monster whenever it comes down to being able to get that DPM out. And from what I'm looking at over here on the World of Tanks official, it's got a 3 clip, which means console gave it a single shot gun. And over here in PC, it only has 1 gun. And it does 300 alpha rather than 320. So that little bit of an increase on the reload for the 10 seconds, you get an additional 20 damage per shot, which means that our version here on console technically could be considered a stronger variant. Armor-wise, I don't think I'm going to be super impressed about it, just because you got 170, 175 effective, spaced armor, no armor behind it. So it's 3 times the value against high explosive. So 549, 176. So anything derpy that hits the gun mantle, you're not going to take a whole lot of damage from gun mantle shots. Couple of decent ricochet positions. 8 degrees over the front. And whenever you're done aiming, I guess depending on which way you're looking and how you're angled, you technically could face your turret away slightly and see if you can get some ricochets off the sides. A little bit of a weak spot there, 30, 30. Honestly, this thing being hauled down, I don't see it being... I mean, even with standards, there is no yellow or anything else on this. We got 70, 70 on the front plate. Up in the top armor, 30. Ouch, that's an overmatch spot. 30 millimeter sides, 35 millimeters on the under. Coming back, I remember I was reading this and I was all like, I'm a little bit confused with what you mean. Because go where the battle demands. Prototype 6 offers medium tank mix of firepower, mobility, and limited armor to allow you to adapt as you see fit. Yeah, whenever you say limited armor, you quite literally mean better off we could put no armor here instead, because you don't have armor. The amount of 120s that are inside of tier 8 and 122s that you're going to be going up against, I don't see this thing being very good for side scraping, so that's going to be heavily unreliable any day of the week. So one thing I do want to look at here is we have 1 gun. Wargaming. What is this? Where's the autoloader? I was excited about the autoloader, Wargaming, but I don't see an autoloader here. If I go back to Tanks GG, Wargaming, you want to know what I see? I see an autoloader. 5 seconds to clip out for 900, 2.5 second interclip, Wargaming. But whenever I come back to console, I don't see the autoloader, Wargaming. Anyways, back to actually something that I'm going to care about a little bit. My setup on this, based upon taking a look at a 11.9 second reload, Wargaming again, Wargaming again, it's 10.3 on the website, and instead you have it as 11.9 on the game. Seriously, you can't make this up. This is... How much of the stats on this is actually what we're going to be... Okay, so power to weight, 19.9, and in the game, it's 18.59, but it's got the same horsepower per ton at 600, so where did that additional go? I guess it's make-believe in every single possible way. I didn't realize that this was going on. This is why you always look at the stats, and you compare them. because they usually mess up in so many ways, and there's a lot of things on this that are wrong. What's the reverse speed? 18? Okay, so it's still 18. Terrain resistance. I don't think they posted terrain resistance on the website, but I guess it doesn't matter because there's already stats that are wrong in every single way. Honestly, 11.9 second reload. There's something I gotta look at. All right, here is the low tank. Our reload inside this is 13.5. Okay, not too bad. We're gonna come to E75TS. 13.75. All right, not too bad. 11.9 for a medium though. I guess the best comparison I can get is the CS52 list, which also has 320. Yeah, 320 alpha. It's not the same penetration, but 10.2 seconds. All right, there we go. You see, this is where we want that alpha, which means that Prototype 6 has got the worst in class for 320 alpha. It's absolute worst in class. That is, oh my God, this is awful. Wargaming, 10.3. Prototype 6, your website is covered with all this. And then in-game, it's completely different. I'm going to report this after I get this video up because this is misinformation on crack for this tank, and it needs to be known right away. I'm a little bit upset about this. That is kind of dumb. Seeing that it's messed up right now, my build's going to be a little bit different. That's going to be optics, loader, rather than ventilation, and then camouflage net to make up for that increased reload that they gave us. Enhanced repair kit, med kit, rations. Crew-wise, we're going to go with my standard Italian crew. 6 cents, rapid loading, steady aim, born leader, silent driving, camouflage expertise, situational awareness, track mechanic, muffled shot. Honestly, based upon like how this tank looks, I'm going to do this. We're going to take muffled shot off, and we're going to go mark target. We're going to do a little bit of passive scouting inside the tank. Now, 8.68, whenever it should be like 7.1. So, well, actually like 6.9. Yeah, at the moment, dumb. 312 concealment. Get some camouflage on there. All right, small quotique. I hate the fact that continue with voucher is the first thing on this. I like to use currency. Please make currency the very first one. Thank you. And I'm bringing back the battle Kiwi. I got it. All right, first match up against 2 tier 9s per team. Night Stalker. Oh God, no, not Night. At least it's on my team. Don't know really how much I gotta fear inside this, if I'm gonna be honest. I mean, everything, because there is no armor on this. Tech, my ammo. Okay, I'll make do. 8.6. See, dude, 320 at 8.6. I'm sorry, man. That's a no. You guys, you got 1.6 seconds off of it. That is 8.6 second reload for 320 alpha. Man, you are going to get curve stomped inside this. Right away, I don't recommend it. Just because that reload, it doesn't even have leopard mobility, okay? And they're telling you 8.6 second reload. Yeah, you can't compete. And is there bots in this game? Oh, why are there so many bots in this game? I guess this is one way to introduce it. Oh. How you doing, sharpshooter? I have no armor. You just need to peek me once. Like, legitimately. I'll make you blind. But it doesn't really matter. A peekaboo. Oh, 490. And see, that's what's nice about a marked target. That spot assist, it went a lot longer than normal. So that extra 3 seconds is what got me that 490. Alright. This is a bot game. Remember the way this looks. This is how they all look. Look at us drive, guys. There are so many of us here. Man, this is like the VK100 of medium tanks in terms of alpha and reload. This is god-awful. Yeah, you can't compete inside this tier. You know, Chrysler K's got like a 6 point. Yeah, it's like a 6.5, 6.7 second reload with the same alpha. Yeah, imagine ending up against a brawling scenario against. Wow, I don't want to play with the bots. It's just a graveyard of bots right there. Oh my God, this is irritating. Guys, it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. 4:35 to be specific. Why are there all these bots inside the matchmaker? Oh, rush tricks. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Watch this. Ready? Here's my reload. And the best part is his reload is exactly identical to mine. So, I mean... Alright, there's no ricocheting either.
It's okay.
Wow.
Reshoot this later.
Great first game. I'm already beyond irritated at the fact that they were all like, its reload's too good. We need to pre-nerf it and not change anything on the website. Which I doubt is what happened. I'm pretty sure they just introduced it with like really crappy stats and they just forgot to buff it. I hope that's the case. I hope that they forgot to buff this tank, but they put up the buff stats of the tank before they actually dropped it. I hope that's the case, because if not, I will never recommend this. That is so bad. You have worst in class armor, you have worst in class reload, and based upon the way that it looked whenever I jumped in the game, you also have worst in class accuracy, because this gun does not feel super responsive based upon my first match I played inside of it. I mean, what was the dispersion of the gun? Aim time at 2.2? Wow, that does not feel like 2.2. But something tells me it is not what it's supposed to be. It feels like a 2.7. Oh, that bloom. Why is that bloom? That is massive amounts of bloom. You see, if they would have just gave this thing armor and then left the reload alone, I would have been like, that's fine. You know, like 240 turret armor. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's kind of funky for a tier 8 Italian. Well, Italian? This is Italian. I had to think about it. Millennia's inside this tank. But, is that another bot? Well, there's a bot. Okay. Man, there's like... See, the accuracy doesn't feel good. At all. The gun's bad, the reload... everything about the gun is bad. And sacrificing that reload, if you have to run vertical stabilizer on this, and then you have to drop optics or the loader, I'd rather sacrifice the reload for better gun handling. And then, yeah, that's worst in class on steroids by that point. 339. Okay. These rolls feel really high. Was I wrong about the damage too? Can you bring up the damage on screen? Sorry, but if this is 360 alpha rather than 320, and they just decided to buff the damage on this, then maybe I'm wrong. Oh, 115. Because 39, yeah, I don't think you can roll that high with 320. Which means if it's 360 alpha in game and the website's wrong, then technically they buffed this. And I changed my mind. If it's 360, I redact everything I said prior. Wow, we just completely decimated that entire right side flank. Whoop. However, I'm not going to redact the fact that this thing's supposed to have an autoloader. Really hard to tell what the alpha is, and everything's a one-shot at the moment. Really... That shell felt really slow. Alright, you have a 100 millimeter. I just shot the ground. Okay. And then they capped out the base. Well, I guess that's an okay match. You know, totally. Okay, so I double-checked it. The alpha is 360. But the moving accuracy is what's making the gun feel really bad. That moving is what's killing it. Oh, tier 10.
Is that all they've got?
I was looking at that
I
just,
can't believe
too,
I had to
like
take a
that.
day off
Just,
filming for
okay.
this.
And I had to look over at the boss sitting next to me, and that's never it struck me that, oh, there's tier 10. I wonder why that's the case. Yeah, originally I was thinking 320, because, you know, everywhere else it's labeled 320. If I'm being honest, I probably would prefer 320 with the faster reload. Just because that's got a lot more value in my eyes. I would much prefer a faster reload.
Ricochet, aim carefully.
With a little bit less damage. Because if you can start getting that tracking damage out, that's going to have a lot of value in a lot of ways. Alright, I gotta back up. I got a Colog. I don't know if I can pin that thing reliably. Probably not.
Take that
Yeah,
shot.
402. There we go. That's not bad. This is actually, in terms of 360 Alpha, this is probably one of the better categories of 360 Alpha
Take that.
whenever it comes down to it. Because most 360 Alpha guns, their reloads are god-awful. E75 TS, you know what, that's great comparisons, because those are, what, like 13.5 a pop? And this one is 11.9. You see, this is where the E75 TS needs to be. About 11.9 to 12 seconds instead of that 13.5. Like, even like a 1.2 second increase. So like 11.8? No. I'm having a brain fart. I can't math today. So 13.5 minus 0.3. That'd be 12.3. Yeah, 12.3 would be amazing on the E75 TS rather than 13.5. That is my gun.
Damage. You can't fire straight.
Thank you. I'm starting to become a little bit of a firm believer in
Penetrated them.
you were a ghost. Okay. But since you fired, you got 13 seconds of spotting. Ha ha ha. Oh, look at Sky Cancer. Well, actually not Sky Cancer, but it's that lovely kind of cancer that everyone likes. You know, I have 105 millimeter on the pin for the high
This is for you.
explosive. I feel like I should load a bit more HE inside this because of that penetration. Maybe 6 rounds. Sacrifice. I might sacrifice 2 standards and 2 premiums to do that. That's really good high explosive pin. Speaking of which, what was the HE damage on this? It shouldn't be 420, because 420 is the 320 alpha. Oh, that Straub's gonna shoot me? No? Okay. What do we got behind us? 95 FV. You know, this thing's kind of sluggish. You got no armor, and then it fills. I mean, I'm going 50, but man, this traverse speed, this does not feel like 35. What is going on here?
Penetrated.
Oh, I ricocheted. Nice. This doesn't feel like 35 traverse speed. I gotta double check this. Heart rotation 35. firm and medium terrain. Technically counted as 1. 30. It doesn't feel like 35. I kind of feel like you might need clutch braking on this. So I'm going to put a couple of matches inside this. And then for my review, I'm going to make sure I get my build out on this tank. Letting you guys know what I would recommend on it. Encounter. Why is it tier 10 again? Alright, whatever.
The day was going slowly, but this
But
promises.
to be honest, the way that this thing's designed, the alpha that it had, I forgot to do my ammo again. Just, yeah, I don't know if I'm a fan of 360 rather than 320. I think I'd much prefer a faster reload to 320. And I forgot to look at that HE damage again. That was just in my garage too. Oops. Alright, that spotting position I always show off, I always gotta check it now each time I drive by. If I get spotted early, I know they're there. If not, then they're not. You see, right there, you could have completely stopped this entire flank, but no one was there to do the scouting. That was lag. Holy. That was beyond lag. Oh. Concealment-wise, I'm not exactly extremely impressed with the concealment this thing offers. Gonna retrack him on that right side. I made a mistake, I made a mistake, I made a mistake, I made a mistake.
Penetrated them.
I wanted to spot the E50. I made a mistake.
That's it? So fast? I was just getting started.
I made a mistake. Oh my, that was fast loading in this match. Top tier Night Stalker. Yeah, we need to start a petition to get that tank nerfed. I'm just going to say that now. Alright. I'm a sniper medium. I'm trying to play like I'm a mildly armored medium. So, I need to stop that. Now, these trees right here. I'm pretty sure if you were to set it up correctly, you could easily set up a sniper ridgeline further back here if needed. But I want to try and catch tanks up in that midsection. So what I'm going to do is we're going to come in here. We're going to have to deal with the soft terrain. Oh yeah, I felt that soft terrain right away. Right here, coming a little bit further right. Why am I lagging? I feel like I'm lagging. Enemy spotted, light tank, bat chat. Bat chat, not good. Not good. I got 10 seconds. I got 10 seconds of awesome. Come on, reload. Thank you. And whenever I say come on, reload, I really mean like my reload kind of gives me an idea whenever I'm not going to be spotted anymore. So I'm going to call it. This thing needs a little bit better concealment. You got no good gun depression over the rear. Like absolutely none. You actually have negative depression over the rear. It looks like you're aiming up slightly, so... Yeah, you're aiming up slightly. That is... horrendous. Is that a bot? Oh my god, that explains... Okay, Night Stalkers are not good for the matchmaking. They need to nerf them. I understand that they have them programmed to where if you're playing your Night Stalker, that it needs... It has like a one-to-one matchmaking inside the Night Stalker. So if there's not one per team, it forces a bot match. And that's not good for matchmaking, because no one likes versing bots. But that explains why the mid-ground was covered with, I don't know where I'm aiming right now. See, right there, we have all that cover and foliage. And we're getting spotted through all that foliage. We're still getting spotted. Oh, thank you for the engine damage. Yeah, I feel like this thing needs a little bit of a... What is spotting me? Oh, that light tank came up and I get spotted right away. Okay. So...
penetrated them.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say that I kind of feel like the concealment at 300 on this is not good. Based upon the way the stats look and the armor looks and then the silhouette of the tank, I kind of want to say maybe 284 would be a really good. 286. Just increase it ever so slightly and that would make it a lot better.
We hit them.
You shot at the T100. Alright, I have no idea what's going on right now. You see, this is why I hate bot games, because look at the map right now. This is completely dysfunctional in so many ways. Is Tier 10 Weirdo a bot? It is a bot. Look, like, what heavy plays like this? Apparently the bots do. RBRT King. So, more VK100 bots.
Take that shell.
You know, I understand that there's farming against bots, but the amount of hit points that these bots have is insane right now. You got two 1700s that you could have completely farmed. There's nothing fun about bots wargaming. Like, wow, today is not a very positive day.
Here, that's all for you.
Also, that shell that took out my engine was HE. So, respect to whoever hit me with the HE shell in the rear. I do want to say that this thing needs a little bit more concealment. Not much. Like an extra 14 meters, I feel like, would be just enough to make this thing classified as like a sniper medium. Because 300 is not that range for lightly armored tanks that I would say is good. Lightly armored, in my eyes, is like between, I'd say, like 290 to 264 would make a really good sniper medium. But 300, I don't think I agree on 300. Yeah, look at that. 7,648 damage dealt. An absolutely ugly commander. 7 kills. Night Stalkers are just dumb. Third class mastery. It looks like people are performing decent inside this tank. But I got mixed feelings about this thing. Alright, some steps. Not a lot of heavily armored tanks. What's up with matchmaking today? Alright, knowing...
My certificate of an honorary tanker.
I'm gonna go
It would
left.
really come in handy right now.
Also, what's the speed on PC for this tank? Is it 50? Alright, so it's 50 on PC. I'm kind of wondering, with the way that this thing was redesigned, on their opinion, 50 doesn't really give it that... I wouldn't say 50 is a good class for medium. The power to weight nerf on this, you can really feel it. I mean, even though I'm topping out my speed, I still feel like it's not speeding up like the way I'd want it to. Alright, left side flank is not going super good, so we're going to move into the right side here and kind of do a little bit of a hold right here instead.
Our track's been hit.
What the heck was that? Was that heat? HE? That was some good alpha. Scorpions? It wasn't a scorpion. It might have been the Dragon. I think we just got hit by a Hesh. Chimera? Really weird matchmaking on this. That's right, I swapped my controls again because I'm a Muppet. I keep on forgetting. I need my A button on Hell Let Loose, so I had to switch it.
Penetrate
380,
them.
that feels really, really good. I like the Chimera. I do think the Chimera needs a little bit of a deterra buff. But, you know, like, then you have the Inferno variant, and if you buff the Chimera, then you gotta make sure that you have the Inferno buff, too. $265. It's really weird playing this. Like, I feel like it should have some sort of special mode. Because everything else on this feels like it's lacking in a couple of ways.
Come on.
If that Dragon is over here, I'll be a little bit surprised. But I do think he is.
Take that shell.
Okay. Like, we need more support over here. And the team is barely starting to push up a little bit. Type 59-2 finally coming in.
This is for you.
You know, the 360 on this. This is a little bit better of a haul down fight right here. The 360 kind of makes sense now. It feels good. I kind of want to see if I can bait him to come out and fire.
Take this. Cool down.
Yeah, what pinned my front, though? The front's at a decent angle, but it's 70, so it's not like it's going to be super amazing. I also didn't feel comfortable taking that shot. Yeah, there's the Dragon. I think that's the one that hit me at the start. Now, I'm probably going to have to redo my crew and put some time inside this to really find out what the what build you're going to want to run on this, because the gun, I kind of feel like vertical stabilizers might be required, and tagging run and gun on top of it, and steady aim. I think that 3 perk and equipment setup might be required. But I don't know if sacrificing... If you sacrifice concealment, you might be better off running a power terrain or traction system to bolster that top speed. And I kind of want to say go after the power terrain to increase that power to weight. Give you a little bit of a better feeling. Yeah, the tier 7 heavies, I bet they had fun inside this game because all the tier 8 mediums that have better turret armor.
Penetrate.
So we lower... No, we average rolled. And then...
Arena's damaged. We can barely
Yeah,
turn
not
it.
exactly... It's not going to be a really good peaking medium. I have to put some time... Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to put some time into this to see, like, optimal build and then go from there. Keep on forgetting about my HE.
Okay, the turret is traversing again.
You can technically bait with the front armor, and since people look at this thing like it's a lightly armored, like a Leopard 1, as time goes on, people will probably look at it that way. You might be able to start baiting shells with your front armor. Because it's 70, so you can bait Death Stars. Boop. Up into the tracks. Yeah, that moving dispersion is huge on this. If you're moving and shooting. Really taking away from it. Yeah. I'm gonna have to put some time into it. Anyways, thank you to whoever gifted me the tank. Please leave it in the comments on who did it. I'm kind of thinking between X Machine and Chaos, right? I think it's Chaos. One of you guys did. Thank you for popping it over. I'm going to put some time into it and get a review out to you guys as fast as I can. I'm going to try and get some decent matchmaking inside of it, but come on, Wargaming. Fix your website. Fix the stats. Give us the 3-shot autoloader that PC says it has. Anyways, you guys, till next time, take it easy. I'm out of here. I'm going to go slack off now.